Hey, hey, it's Shai Sheree, and you're tuned into another episode of The Slay. For those who have been overlooked, underrepresented, and misunderstood, it's time to make our voices heard loud and clear. To slay is to serve life as you, so let's slay, baby. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of The Slay. It's been a minute. I know it's been a minute. Y'all missed me on the live. I missed you too. And I'm back. And I did not come back to disappoint because I'm about to get you better black business news going. So today in the studio, we have with us, to my right, let me flip my camera around, Mr. Kurt Covington of Caprikurt Graphics. Introduce yourself to the people. Let them know a little something. But you talking to me.
I do computer graphics, sublimation printing. I also do some moving graphics and music.
He made some dope ass shit for Mariah and Mariah's brand Rise Up Treats. Oh my goodness, the panties, y'all, hot. And speaking of hot, on the other side, I have Miss Ameisha Simon, who is the owner, creator, and founder of Playhouse Boutiques. Introduce yourself, baby.
Hey everyone, I'm Ameisha, owner of Playhouse Boutiques.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm here.
So it's going to be a good show, y'all. We talking about better black business today and just black entrepreneurship. As y'all know, I like to start off the show with One Time For, where we just give it up for one time for something great going on in our community. And it would not be right if I did not give it up one time for Kamala Harris, our first black female vice president. Whoop, 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 whoop. If we had sound effects, that's where the sound. But we don't, so I'm gonna just hit them with the brr, 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 brr. This is exciting. I'm not really obviously not into politics or anything, and quite honestly, I think for the past forever elections, everybody has been shit. It's been shit versus shit. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm super excited about just having a black woman as the vice president, which pretty much means she's the president. We basically have a black female president, and that's lit because shit's gonna get done. I'm so excited to see what they do. So yeah. Speaking of reform and change, for Better Black News today, I was scrolling on the gram like I do, and I saw this article that said that California has passed Proposition 17, which is an amendment to the Constitution that restores the right to vote to felons that are on parole. So if you don't know, if you have a felony, I guess you just not consider your opinion politically is invalid. So you can't vote. Or if you're on parole, I think there's 19 states that have just signed this amendment. So California is the most recent to pass this proposition. So basically felons who are finishing out their parole can vote, whereas it was before they had to complete their parole completely before they could vote. So that's pretty dope. Yeah. Because it's important. I know you hear it all the time, and it gets kind of cliche, oh, go vote, you have to vote. But I don't think that there's enough emphasis on understanding how politics work. Everybody thinks that we're voting for the president, but we're voting for the people who are voting for the president. So if you don't vote in your local, I don't even know what you would call it, local elections for mayor or governor, those are the people, and those electoral colleges are the people that are choosing the president. So it's important to vote. Make sure you get enough information that you know who you voting for, at least. I'm not telling you to be any type of political genius or anything, because I certainly am not. I voted for the guy with the black woman attached to him.
I think that's all that matters.
I voted for that. So just make sure that you get out in there and vote. So yeah. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it started. So we talking better black business. To start, I want y'all both to just kind of talk a little bit about your businesses and how you got started, and what that kind of process was like to even just be motivated to start your own business. So,
for me, basically, I was influenced a lot from my dad. He was an improviser. He was an entrepreneur. One thing I realized early in life is, every generation kind of has a bump or some level of a come up. Somebody that either hit a lick or did a crime, or they got some sum of money and they took that and they flipped it to be able to get to a point where other people in the family could benefit. And jobs just don't put you in that position. I've never known anybody be in a position to help anybody but themselves having a 9-to-5. With some rare exceptions. So I just looked at entrepreneurship like some people look at basketball, I looked at it as a way out. Mentality versus physicality.
I fuck with that.
So as a backup plan for me, it was always, if music doesn't make it, I always have a business that I could rely on. So that was my, that was my want, or that was what influenced me to be an entrepreneur.
Hell yeah. Ameisha?
Okay, so as everyone know, I sell toys. My purpose of starting my business was to help women learn how to achieve an orgasm.
You can say it. This is look, let me tell you something. None of my shows are ever possibly suitable for
true.
work. So just
You're right. Okay.
if you're offended, get the fuck out.
You're right. All right. So period. So my purpose was to help women learn how to have an orgasm on their own. A lot of women don't have an orgasm or achieve one until they are at least about 25 years old. So I'm an advocate for women to really learn themselves, to really just understand the power of having an orgasm. It's recommended, scientifically proven, that women are supposed to have orgasms at least 3 times a week. At least.
What?
Yes.
I'm slacking.
Yes. No, for real.
I am slacking.
So primarily, I just want to help women, achieve that, along with relationships. I want to help couples, become more intimate with each other. And so that's pretty much why I started my business. But other than being an entrepreneur, I'm always going to work a 9 to 5 because, that's the extra income. So I feel like with my business, it's always going to be like my hustle. If anything happens, I'll have backup.
Yep.
So,
I like that.
That's pretty much my.
Well, I don't know if I'm considered a business owner yet, but I started a podcast, and I think that's kind of dope. For me personally, I was in my own way for so long. I went to school for broadcast journalism, and I always said, I want to do radio. I just wanted to do everything. I still want to do voice acting. I still want to have my own network and own a studio like this one day and, help other people kind of achieve their broadcast kind of dreams. But I want to kind of talk about just some of the challenges of starting a business, especially in our community. I know for me personally, like I said, it was just me getting in my own way. I felt like everybody has a podcast. Why would anybody listen to mine? Or, what would make me, what's the point if I'm only going to have 5 viewers or, whatever it may be. And it was just about, for me, I just had to start. I had to quit trying to answer all of these questions that I had, and I had to just go. And so y'all know when I started doing the sleigh, I was just kind of going on, before it was even really the sleigh, I was just going on Facebook Live like every Saturday. And the first one I did, it was like 100 of y'all viewing my videos, and I cannot thank y'all enough for that support. But it was really just a matter of just doing it. And I know a lot of people say, a lot of people's hold up is, well, someone else is doing it, or how can I make myself different? But sometimes you don't learn that until you really just dive in and start doing it. So with doing graphic design, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face just kind of in your startup phase?
Honestly, mine was experience. I think when I first came out, my issue was time management, balancing accepting art at the level that I could do the art and accepting the amount of art that I could do within a timely fashion to make the money. For example, like I might try to do 5 pieces a week, and 2 of them are easy, but I was at a novice level. So 1 piece of art might take me 10 hours, but I charge the same rate. So I would really eat that.
Yeah.
But then I paid for my experience too. So over time, I learned to, prioritize jobs and how I would work several jobs at one time.
And that helps with your pricing too, just to get the value of basically of what you're working for. I think that's something that a lot of people don't, which we'll talk about in the next section, but a lot of people just don't really understand when you come in asking for this discount, like, I'm still putting in this work. Like, I'm not putting in no discounted work, so why can I give you this discounted price? For sure. Ameisha, what about you? What are some of the challenges? And I know you in a, like novelty kind of field, so I'm sure some of them are obvious, but what challenges did you have just kind of starting up?
Honestly, with the challenges people think I have, I didn't have it. As far as like, are you saying, like maybe conversation?
Yeah.
I feel like because I held myself with respect, a lot of people, me and New all right, I can't mess with that. Like, it's straight business. I mean, they tried it, of course, but I just tell them, like, straight business or you getting blocked. But I would definitely say for the challenge, primarily I started with toys, with novelties. It comes with lingerie and everything else, but everyone else around me were selling lingerie. So my whole thing was, I don't want to do it because they're doing it, or they're going to look at me differently, or that's too much. Overall, I needed to do everything. If that's what a store sells, I had to really let go of that fear that everyone else is doing it. But other challenges, procrastination. If you procrastinate, you're not going to get shit done at all. Procrastination, determination. It takes a lot to build a business. Money. If you don't have no money, you're not going to have a business. What else? It was one more thing I wanted to say. Patience. You have to allow your business to grow. Like the first year, it may not go well. The second year may do better than the third year. The second year may do better than the fourth year. You have to allow your business to grow and just be patient and have fun with it.
Yeah. I think they said on Shark Tank that it's it takes 3 years minimum before. Or some companies it takes 3 years before you even start making money, or 5 years before you even start profiting. So, but I think too, that patience and procrastination, them are the two, because even this show right here, I went to Dallas last weekend for rehearsal for the play that I'm going to be in, Philadelphia, DeMarcoPlays.com. Check that shit out. It's going to be dope. But I went to Dallas last weekend, and we shot that last show. It's been 3 weeks, maybe about 2-3 weeks. I think it's been 3 weeks. And normally I'm on a schedule to record every week. Or at least try every other week, or try to get just 2 shows in a month. So in those 3 weeks, it was really just and I'm kind of realizing this as I'm saying it, I was procrastinating. I did the last show, and it was okay, cool. Now I can start getting ready for this play. And I didn't want to multitask. I was it's just going to be too much. And even this week, it was he had hit me up 3 times, when are we recording this week? When are we recording? I was just I'll get back to you next week. And I was really trying to put it off until after the play, but I missed y'all. And this is I want this to be my brand. I want this has to be something that even when you don't feel like doing it, you do it, because there are people and fans and customers relying on you and waiting on you. And if you sit on your ass all day, one, you're not gonna make no money, which is where I'm trying to get with this. So again, share this to you know what I'm saying? If you verified on Twitter or something, share this so I can get paid off these podcasts. And staying consistent is another thing. And promo. Promo is so I started an OnlyFans, if y'all don't know. And let me just go ahead and say this now so y'all can quit saying that I'm geeking niggas. My pussy is not on the internet. It is never going to be on the internet. I'm not putting my pussy on the internet. But you will be surprised how many niggas will pay $20 just to see what my ass looks like in a thong type. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I don't give a fuck if you see it. I'm taking the nudes anyway. But I'm not going to, I don't post anything on my OnlyFans that I would be embarrassed if someone else posted. But in starting that, I realized that it's really just promo. That shit is all about promo. You can have one for as long as you want, but if you're not promoting yourself, and that goes for anything, if you're not promoting, people ain't gonna hear about it, and it's just not gonna get out. And it's crazy how especially with the OnlyFans thing, sex sales. So I immediately got a much faster response to my OnlyFans promo than I did when I first started this. You know what I mean? And even with it being up, if I take a weekend off and I don't promote it at all, I can see and I can go to my statements and tell, damn, I didn't get any new subscribers. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I have to promote myself, and I have to be my brand, and I have to live like I'm my brand and not like I'm my person, if that makes any sense.
As in, people want...
You're selling your personality.
Yeah. That's exactly.
I think
what I wanted to say.
One of the challenges a lot of people face too is just kind of becoming a brand and not a product. It's real easy to have something to sell, but even with the sleigh, so I haven't done it in a long time, and I really want to get back to that. And once I get settled and I move into this new house, I will get back to it. But the smoothie sleigh, I wanted to do slay because it was something that I can take into everything. So even when I do these like giveaways on Facebook, it's the Make Your Day giveaway slay. But knowing that, yes, I have this podcast, but this podcast is my product. I am the slay with Shy Sheree, and that is my brand. So I can take that and make that into really anything that I want it to be, which is super dope. So let's talk about, I called this section, Don't You Hate It When? So let's talk a little bit about some of the, just, because y'all just be niggas sometimes. And like, I know just personally, one of the things that, I'm gonna talk from a consumer side. And then I want y'all to kind of talk about just from business owner side. Just some of the things that are just like pet peeves of starting a business. For me as a consumer, I want to support Better Black business as much as I can, but if I'm paying you $250 to braid my hair, sis, and you telling me I have to come washed and blow dried already, I have a problem.
You blew it.
I have a problem. Like, and I don't think that I'm the only person that feels that way. You're the stylist. What if I don't know how to wash my hair good? Like, I mean, like, that might sound simple, but seriously though, what if I don't know how to? What if I've never blow dried out my hair? Like, how can you tell me as a stylist? Yeah, I'm going to style your hair, but I ain't going to wash it for you. That's like, yeah, I'm going to shape your nails, but I'm not going to paint them for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are some of the biggest, like, pet peeves or things that y'all have faced in y'all businesses that we just need to do better about?
I'm going to say there's a, I wouldn't say pet peeve, but there's definitely a sort of disconnect that we have. I believe that we don't realize that we have as entrepreneurs, especially that a lot of us are early first generation business owners. So in the first 50, 60 years of opening a business, there's going to be struggles, past the 2-3 years of running it. So there's going to be customer service adjustments. We have the whole world changing right now. It's a lot going on, so it's give and take on both sides. So just to use an example, somebody's going into the store to buy something, and they feel like the store, isn't stocked appropriately. But this is the only black grocery store on the corner. You could get together, with your friends, and y'all could all talk about the store and say you're not going, but that's the only black store you got. And Walmart had hundreds of years to build the establishment that they have, with way more funds, more marketing, more advertisement. So if you don't have the infrastructure behind you to have those buildings, then you're basically renting. So wherever you go, you're making the best of that, and a lot of your money is probably going into, physically wherever you're renting out of, and you're still renting.
And that's why it's just so important when we talk about like circulating the black dollar. You can't, like I said, like discounts. Everybody want to ask, oh, you my bro, like we the same. Like, where can I get this discount? But if all black business owners, if you giving everybody 50% off just because they're black, you're not making no money. You already are not. You're probably, like you said, not profiting from whatever it is that you're doing until your second, third, fourth, fifth year of business anyway. So along the way, I think that we just have to do a better job of holding each other accountable to what goes into. Yes, I want to support Better Black business as much as I can, but even like when I was getting my tattoo earlier, like I said, like, if you go in and you're getting this discounted tattoo, I don't really care who your artist is or what the race is, but if you're going and you're getting this discounted tattoo, tip your artist. This is their livelihood. This is their. Don't take your ass out on Veterans Day and get all this damn free food for serving our country and not tip. Like, these servers is making, in case y'all didn't know, let me flip this around so y'all can see how fucking serious I am. Servers make $2.13 an hour. That's everywhere. $2.13. I don't care if the minimum wage in the city is, or the state is $17 an hour. Servers make $2.13 an hour. We do not, I'm not a server no more, but we do not get checks. Like, I just want y'all to know. We make so much in tips, or we're supposed to, that we don't get checks. So when you go your ass out to eat, if you cannot afford to tip in, even if it's just $5, even if it's just $2, if you can't afford to tip, don't take your ass out to eat.
I say minimum $5.
Minimum.
Minimum
Is $5. Even if they do a shitty job, they still served you, unless it's just like outrageously shitty. Like, no, I'm not going for that. What about you, Ameisha? What's some of your pet peeves, your business pet peeves?
So thank God I have not had any type of troubles with my business as far as like people asking for discounts. I worked in customer service for a good 5 years, so I feel like with my customer service, with me communicating to my customers, with them understanding the quality that they're buying. Don't ask for no discount. That's just point blank period. Now, before, like when I first started, I was giving Helly discounts just because I wanted people to start shopping with me.
Right.
But people were like, no, like if this is your price, stand on your price. Just become more knowledgeable about your products for them to want to pay and buy your products because, of course, toys are not cheap at all. So then that's when I went out in the market to actually find more toys that were for the less, the less expensive versus a expensive toy. So, I mean, I kind of did my research before I actually went into business. But as far as other Black business owners, a pet peeve of mine. Now, am I speaking from a consumer side? Or
whichever one.
Okay, I'm speaking from a Black business side. If you have a problem with your service or anything, take it up to the owner before you blast them on social media. Now, I understand that shit happens. Now, but if this person is doing what they can to serve you, if they are the only one that is running this business and something happens, fuck ups happen all the time. So at least communicate that with the owner. Now, if the owner start talking shit and doing all that, then you can take it to social media.
Yeah.
But allow the business owner to at least clean up their mess up, because you never know. Like, you had a mess up. It could have been a rough day. It could have been a rough day. Anything could have happened.
It might not even been on them. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
So, just talk to the business owner before y'all start blasting us. Like I said, thank God none of these things has happened to me, but I had close people that it happened to them before, and it's terrible. Yeah. Because y'all not gonna blast Walmart.
Yeah, right.
Y'all not gonna blast McDonald's. Y'all gonna go right back to them. You're gonna go right back to Wendy's. So stop. Just stop it.
I was gonna say, and the reason that matters is because like me, everybody doesn't shop the same. But me personally, if I go to somewhere for the first time, I read the reviews. So I read the reviews to see which ones are authentic, which ones that the people that work there put up, and if I generally get a feel for what the establishment is like and how I'm gonna get service before I decide to go there, and that's especially with food.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm hearing a lot of stuff about like people's food is messed up and they don't care, I'm way less liable to go there. Yeah. Even the first time. So that's why it's important to give us an opportunity to give you customer service that way we can fix the issue. So the testimony will be, I went to him and this wasn't how I like it, but he got me right. Right. So then they know that it's human error. We got it together.
Hell yeah. I think another part of that too is just flip my camera. Business owners, you have to be susceptible to criticism. Yes. Because we are human and people do make human errors. And there's nothing worse than, like, I used to be real finicky about, even before I was going, like, Black-owned business, like being at the nail salon and just, like, checking out my nails. I used to be real shy about, like, saying something. And my granny said to me once, like, girl, this is your money. They don't give a damn if you don't like your nails. They don't care. If you don't say anything, though, they don't care. And so, like, now it doesn't matter who's doing my nails or whatever it is. I make sure that I speak up if there's something that's going on. But you have to be susceptible to criticism. You have to be able to learn from your mistakes and accept that you make mistakes too. Just because I don't do what you do, just because I don't do graphic design doesn't mean that that this shirt may not, like, this logo is not even in this shirt. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people get offended when you try to critique or let them know that you personally are not satisfied with something. I think people get offended and take it as like, how you gonna tell me how to do my job or run my business? And it ain't gotta be all of that. You also have to, it's everything is about communication. It's about how you talk to people. Like she said, it's about customer service. You don't, like, I can't be, as a consumer, I'm not responsible for client A, B, and C that I got on your damn nerves. You know what I'm saying? So if I come to you with a question, now mind you, I will say this. Black people, let me flip this so y'all know I'm serious. We need to read more. Every fucking faction of the word, we need to read more. Read more books, educate yourself, but start reading these damn posts. Read them before you share them for this damn clickbait. But read more, because I got caught in some shit. Nishan knows. The other day I ordered from it's called a Brilliant Collection, I think. A Brilliant Collection. Brianna, she got the lingerie. Hot. I used it for my OnlyFans shoot. Hot shit. But Nishan had posted the post, and in it was like, she does same day delivery if you need it in the city. Here's all the facts. This is the website, whatever. And I like shared the post and immediately commented after and was like, can I get it picked up the same day? And she was like, "How? It's right there. It's right there in the fucking post. Yes, you can get it same day. Just read." So I know that a lot of times like business owners get these repeat questions, or it might be like, I just posted on my page, or like read the highlights, or you'll see it in their bios, like watch my highlights before you DM or whatever. But people make mistakes. Sometimes people just don't read. So your response as a professional can't be, "Bitches in my bio." Like, you know what I mean? Just answer the question and maybe politely say, "Hey, just so you know, all the information that you need." Because people get real snappy. And sometimes I think that, especially Black women, sometimes I think that we get real, and I get it. You should be proud of your business like it is your own baby. But I think that there is almost a feeling of entitlement. And I've been in situations before where I've kind of reached out to somebody back when I had hair, like getting my hair done. And I, kind of came and I was like, "Hey, I have these questions. I've never had this style before. I don't really know how this works." And the girl was just kind of like, "Well, if you don't know what you want, then I can't help you." I was just like, well, damn, like, okay, well, fuck you too. Like, right. Excuse me. I thought that was part of your job, as whatever it is. When you own a business, you have to educate people because it's your business. It goes back into being different. It goes back into, you might be doing something that everyone else or someone else is doing, but you're doing it for you. This is your brand, and this is how you do it. Same way, like, Cirillas can sell this damn clit sucker for $168, you know what I mean? And we'll be quick because it's Cirillas and because they're established. We'll be quick to say, "I'll pay for that." But if you put it on your page for $120, it's like, why is she $100? I'm not paying her $100 for this toy that I could get somewhere else. Like, man, and it does. But I think that there is so much value behind just being a Black business. If I sold a product, y'all, I'm just letting y'all know I'm taxing. You getting the Black tax. I don't give a, you ain't no damn discounts around. You getting the Black. It's gonna be an extra $5 because I'm Black and I did it. And somebody needs to be paying for that shit for sure. But I do think that we just, as a community, we have to do better in keeping our dollar in our community, and accepting that everything is a startup. I don't really care how established you are. Everything is a startup.
Can I add something in there?
Yeah.
Learn how to fucking talk. Just like you said, it's all about your response. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand Black women, we crazy. Now, I wouldn't even say we crazy because I'm not going to put that on us. Yeah. We know what we're talking about. We know what we want. So we're feisty. Let's go ahead and say that. But overall, you have to learn how to talk like you said, like based off of, their response. There's a certain way to talk to a customer. Mm-hmm. You get thousands of questions every day, just like Finish Line. They get thousands of questions every single day.
But they not going to ever respond back. "Damn, nigga, it's on our page."
Yeah, you have to just listen. Even if you huff, oh my gosh. Yes, this is where you can find this information. You're going to get that, and they're going to be so receptive of you giving them and taking the time out to actually tell them versus you having an attitude, because they're going to, of course, tell someone else about how your attitude was versus how positive you were.
Oh, yeah. Bad news always spreads faster. Bad news always spreads. And that type of that's one of them things that's like, it's like a reputation sticker. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn how great your shit looks, how many amazing reviews you get. If my first interaction with you get an attitude with me, that's over with. This woman is a bitch and she don't know what she doing. And that's just what it's going to be. And you're probably not going to get a second chance at my business or my friend's business or whoever it is that I'm sharing that bad news with. So, yeah, I definitely do think that it's just, in everything. Customer service, communication is key. Y'all, I say it every fucking show. Communication is key. That's it. And,
Also, too, because I'm a pet peeve person, so a lot of stuff is a pet peeve for me. One of them being repeating myself. So I might have 3 people in one day, and it's all good business, and then all of them might say, "What's your cash app?" Especially if I told them my cash app before we've done business. So because it's on me, and because I chose to do the business, I take responsibility, and it's not their fault that I have a pet peeve. So what I've done is I've screenshotted anything or any message that I think is automatic that I say all the time. I've already taken my time and done the message, done the punctuation. I might have altered it, where all I have to do is type that person's name in.
Yep.
You know, and
Hell
so
yeah.
it's already ready. If it's pricing, I already have my price list.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when somebody says, "Hey, how much is this and that?" and blah blah blah, either I can look at it and formulate it right quick and send that price back because I already have it in my Google Docs, or I can just send them the price list and they can do it themselves, and that alleviates me from taking that time of even going into the conversation with them, like, hey, we've been through this before or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
And I like how you said that, that you set your business up so that it's not the consumer's fault that you have a pet peeve. I think it's very important to keep yourself in your brand, but again, there is a professional side to everything, you know? So for me, it's like my podcast, I'm me, I'm real, I'm raw, I'm a cuss and fuss and say whatever I want to say, how I want to say it, because that I built my brand around being who I am as a person. But I still know that on a professional side, depending on who I'm talking to, I want everybody to be able to watch my podcast and or whatever it is that I'm doing and benefit from it. But I'm not going to introduce it to my friend's cousin that I just met the same way that I would introduce it to like somebody at my church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The content is still there, and it's still totally like up to you what you watch. But you know, I might tell friends, cousin, like, oh, yeah, we just did an episode about sexual health, and we was talking about squirting and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling my pastor that. I'm telling my pastor, yeah, we did an episode about Save the Youth, and we were talking about how you develop, and it's all still on there, and I can still be myself in that, but it's just about putting on that professional face. And knowing there's a time and a place for everything. But in everything, you should still just be cordial. We should just spread kinder words to each other. Just generally, like, no matter what you're talking about. It's too easy to spread hate, y'all. And it's so much going around. And they already hate us so much. We have to love ourselves. And we should support ourselves. I don't care what it is. Now, that's not to say that, again, human error doesn't happen. And you shouldn't get somebody together if they not together. But first and foremost, you shouldn't be going into anything that you're doing within this Black community. Everything should be coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
And for as much love as you can give until you can't give love no more. But I just think we have to do a better job of not tearing people down, and not, especially here in Nap, which is a good transition. The next section, we talking about networking in Naptown. It's a lot, and I lived in San Antonio for a little bit, and like I got the networking vibe, even in Louisville, really, even as close as Louisville, the networking vibe was now, and I'm speaking past tense, because since coming back home, I am so proud of just networking in my city. But in other cities years ago, it just seemed like it was just so easy. And when I first got to Texas, and I would be meeting new people or whatever and telling them that I went to school for broadcast journalism or whatever, I had like 4 or 5 different people that kept bringing up this name, Nika Cleaver. I know this woman, Nika Cleaver. You got to meet this woman, Nika Cleaver, Nika Cleaver, Nika Cleaver. Shout out Nika, hey. And Nika is the founder of the One Radio media production company out there. And when I finally met her, her personality was just, her energy was like right there with me. So I totally understood why all these random people that don't know each other, but just everybody kept bringing up the same name. Mm-hmm. And I met her, and she put me on like immediately. And it was just like, damn, like I thought back to being at home, and like I knew people that worked for 96.3, but like, wouldn't, if I didn't ask, they weren't offering an opportunity of like, oh, let me put you at least. I'm not asking you to give me no job. I'm not asking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to hire me, but just help me get the foot in the door. I think that it's a lot of everybody. I always get the feeling that everybody here want to be the best, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
someone's spot.
And that's exactly what it is. People, and it's also like, I'd say maybe like for lack of a better word, like a misguided kind of loyalty. I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, stick by your homies and support your friends and whatever, but if your bro's mixtape sucks, like stop letting this, for real, stop letting this man spend all his money on studio time. Help him, like, right. But also in that same regard, it's like we have people, and I've come across a lot of people who is like, yeah, I know Kurt got the graphic designs and he's the shit, but You know what I'm saying? My homie, I've known my homie since blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to stick by my homie. And I can't support both. And we're back. No. But we were talking about networking in Naptown. And I was saying kind of we sometimes have a sense of like misguided loyalty where we feel like we got to stick with the people that we've known since day one. And it's all good to support, your day ones and whatever. But you're doing them a disservice if you're not connecting them to people who are experts in that field. And not even experts all the time, but just sometimes it's just obvious. Like sometimes the comparison is obvious. And we're so quick here, like you said, to not want to be the best. And I think that we live in a city that's big enough to have 2 or 3 or 4 the best, and I would rather see it. I want to have 21 fucking fantastic black-owned soul food restaurants that I could choose from. I don't want to feel like I got to fight between like, am I going to go here? Am I going to go here? Because my options are so limited. And I think we get in our own way sometimes and just feeling like we can't share, I don't want to say share brands, but like share branches of business, if that makes any sense. How do y'all, and like we were just kind of talking about, like even doing a collab, the Black Widow podcast and Playhouse. How do y'all?
So with me, I support people different ways. So like when it comes to my lashes, I'm about to shout her out, Cat Lashes.
Hey,
period.
Cat.
Listen, I love her. I love her quality. I love how my lashes they stay on. They don't fall off. Like they're there. So when it comes to supporting, and I've been to different people to do my lashes, but for me, when I get comfortable with a person, when I get comfortable with a service, when I get comfortable with that is for me, I stay with that person. I don't want to say I'm not going to support somebody else because, Kat, she does my lashes, but I know somebody else that does bomb-ass lashes too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share their posts. I'm going to tell other people, I go to Kat, but you can also go to this person too. We just have, when it comes to networking, I'm sorry, I was everywhere. What was the original question?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Just your experience with networking.
Okay. So,
in our city, at least.
So I am very, very big on networking. I did a few podcasts and I went to a lot of different events. I just feel like you have to get yourself out there. Yes, social media is a good platform to get your business out there, but that one-on-one connection, that face-to-face interaction, getting to understand someone vibe, because they can have a bomb-ass business, but if your attitude, if your demeanor is trash, I'm not supporting it.
Yep.
I'm not doing it. So I feel like you have to get a vibe from a person. Just get yourself out there. Overall, like have business cards, go to all type of different events. Now go to an event that is for your business. Don't go to like me. I did a pop-up shop and they were selling kids books. That is not that was one of the business, but that is not where I needed to be.
These moms, these stay-at-home moms, they need
I tried it, but I'm telling them, I do this. And they look at me like, why the fuck
are you here?
Like, what? But it was an overall family pop-up shop, but that was not for me to be there. So you just have to make sure you understand your audience on where you're going to network and who you're going to network with. And just, like I said, it goes back to learn how to talk to people because people are going to support what they know and what they're comfortable with. And that's just it.
Kurt, with doing, graphic design, I know you come across a lot of businesses, just other kind of businesses. And how does that networking kind of play into your business and the growth of your business?
Before I answer that, I'm going to touch on what you said about a lot of people not wanting to do the same profession, or I guess being shy about operating in the same trade as somebody else. I look at it just like the NBA. You get to a state and you got a lot of ball players. Shit, I ball too. You know what I'm saying? So
Period.
We don't all have to play together, but you see somebody So,
hell yeah.
But when it comes to networking, and I'm not from here, I will say a lot of people have different energies, and this town, from my outward observation, is already split into groups, especially the black people. So you just have to choose who you navigate with, and me and my maneuvering, I think it's best for me to decide what kind of energy I want to be allowed into my circle, and then that business comes to me.
Period.
And because I turn down business all the time,
Yeah.
and I have no problem with it.
Hell yeah. And I gotta, like, just speaking on that, I gotta give a shout out to Mariah. I miss you so much, friend. I miss you so much. But just like, that's when I say like coming back home, I've been connected to so many people. I can accredit so many of my connections just through Mariah. Like, I think it is about being very, and she's not the only person that's this way, but just being protective of your energy and aware of yourself. I've had a couple people, even in starting this, I've had a couple people who I've had to kind of turn down on coming onto the show because I have seen posts that I don't, fuck with or agree with. And it doesn't take anything away from them as a person. I don't have to, disrespect them or down them, but it's just like what you're doing and trying to promote, I can't, I can't have that on my show or have that around my brand. I think too, it's about just really like just know yourself. Like you said, that sometimes, like I know my energy. I know that I have a very outward energy. I make people feel, I hope good. I hope I make y'all feel good coming out your box and everything. But what you give out is what comes to you too. Straight up. It's really about, I stopped believing in luck a long time ago and kind of started seeing it as karma. And sometimes I think people think karma is action, reaction. You cheated on me, so you're going to get cheated on. But I don't think it works like that. Sometimes I think that karma is just the energy. It's just as much as you putting out is what's going to come back to you. And sometimes it's not immediate. Sometimes it's not even obvious. But I just stopped believing that shit happens by chance a long time ago. And that played a big factor into just the energy that I put out. I've always been, like unapologetically me. And I've always just been very comfortable in my skin. So I walk like that. And I've started to notice that I attract people who are very opposite from me, and not like intimately attract, but just like even a lot of my friends, I have a lot of friends that, you would wonder, what I'm saying, on paper, you'd be like, how the hell are they friends? Like, how does that happen? And I learned in knowing myself how to use that energy to, for lack of a better word, grow others. I have a lot of friends that I feel like I have seen just, personally come outside of their shell or try some things or say things that they wouldn't normally say. And I will take the credit of attesting that to my energy. And I think that the same can be said of business. I think that if you set a good example of how to conduct a business and stepping out of your comfort zone and going and, meeting with other like-minded people or people that are doing, working in the same trade versus being so closed off to, because everything is harder to do alone. Like, well, not everything, but, a lot of stuff is harder to do alone. So if we're stuck in this mindset of, I'm not about to go to this fucking pop-up shop, or I'm not about to go do this because it's other people doing the same thing. I don't want nobody to be supporting nothing but my shit. You gonna have the same 5 circular customers, you know what I'm saying, or circulating customers. I want to talk a little bit about building a Black brand. And what I mean by that is, recently I have just been so, like, I'm always like pro-Black, but like recently I've really, sorry, no offense, Wyatt, but like this president, y'all president has just, I just feel a type of way about white people sometimes. Like, I'm just keeping it all the way real. It has made me want to like not interact with anybody that if it's not pro-Black, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I just haven't wanted to do anything with it. So, I think that there is something to be said in growing from being a Black brand to a Walmart, to a, you know what I mean? How do you I guess kind of overcome that threshold of, and I know that, we talking at a novice level, but like what do you think that looks like, that game plan looks like, of not only getting that support from your community, but then also growing to where you can be a $1 billion company? You know what I mean? I'm asking that question clearly.
I think from the business owner's side point, it's kind of like their responsibility to stay focused. Just like we're talking about networking, like to group together with other business people, other people that you know are going to be successful, because you can tell the difference. You can tell who has the principles or the qualities that are going to push them to get to a point where you'll see them later, even if you don't link up at that time. With that being said, you can't help everybody. You can maybe go back and help people when you get to a certain level, but it makes a team. So if you're building a team of people who are trying to learn how you move, or who are trying to who are getting benefits from your attributes, but they're not doing self-work, then you're really carrying them, and everything is intangible. So that's just something to keep in mind. Even if it's just your mental output that you're waking up and you're encouraging somebody constantly, but they're not encouraging themselves, eventually it's like you're battling their depression. So on the business, that goes the same way. And another thing, like you touched on earlier, the tipping. If I tip somebody who's selling a T-shirt like they were going to be the next Calvin Klein, when they came to me selling that T-shirt for $10, and I respect their hustle game $15, they would make it if we all had that mind state.
And quickly.
The seeds that we're sowing, we might not see for the next 20, 30 years. But if hundreds of us do it, then we'll see it for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's happening anyway. It'll just be quicker.
I like that. Because I think sometimes, and I had to get a little bit better at this, I was real bad about, well, I wouldn't even say that I was bad about it, but just recognizing that we as a people have our own struggles, and we are going to struggle. There's going to be some struggle that we face because of the color of our skin in any venture that we take. So I was real good about like tipping services. I get my nails done, I go tip. I get my hair done, I go tip, or whatever. But I wasn't really conscious about, like you said, I bought this T-shirt at exactly what he's selling it for, but I'm not realizing that he's probably not even making any money off of it. This is just paying for the next T-shirt he got to make, type of shit. So I had to get better about, let me go ahead and if I got it, I'm throwing it, I'm sliding it, and if I don't have it, I'm trying to make sure that I remember that so that I can give back later. You know what I mean? And that's big. That's a big point. That's huge. Because if everybody did that, like, just imagine how big we could be. Even as far as like sharing a post, you know what I mean? If everybody not only like shared a post, but also like tag their friend that they know loves this type of shit, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, or actually took the time to, yes, I can share this post, but I'm gonna personalize and make my own status and caption for this post so that it doesn't just look like I'm just clicking and sharing and liking. I'm invested in this, and not even so much invested, but just like I'm genuinely inspired by, or this is a genuine support. Versus just, that was easy to share, or whatever. I don't even know what I'm sharing. I've never even shopped with them. You know what I mean? Like, just those little tiny things, if we did them in bigger numbers and just more consistently, I definitely think that we see a lot more success in everything that our community is doing. So, yeah. What else? That's it for my topics. I know y'all definitely need to. Hold on, let me see what Angelica said. We also need patience because we give up on ourselves too soon. That too. Like you said, that was a huge point. Patience is a motherfucker.
Can I give my story on
yes,
that, please?
Please.
Listen, I want to tell y'all about what
Testify.
I did. Testify. Okay, listen. So, a little background. I mean, I already gave a background, but real quick. So, again, I sell toys, massage oils. Now I sell lingerie as well. So before, when I started my business back in 2018, October 2018, I lost hope. I wanted to give up. I'm like, nobody's buying my shit. Let me just stop. I literally stopped. Every time I stop, I always got an order in. It don't matter if it was $15, $10. It does not matter. As long as you continue to keep building, have faith in yourself, the money is going to come. Promote. Oh my God, you have to promote. The more you promote, the more people are going to look at you, the more people are going to talk about it. Even like me, I have sex toys, so people are not quick to want to share my posts, but I guarantee you they're having that conversation with their buddies. It's all about how you promote yourself, how you carry yourself, and how much faith you have in yourself, because people can feel that. People can sense, oh, she's about her business. Oh, she got only 0 likes on that post. She got 0 likes on the next post. She gonna keep on posting, and I'm gonna be that first person to like that post. I'm gonna be the person to share that post. You have to believe in yourself you have to believe in yourself if you want others to believe in you. And I'm just a firm believer in that. because there's been plenty of times that I wanted to give up. I mean, fuck this shit. I'm done.
Yep.
I'm cool, but no, God has bigger and better plans for me.
Absolutely.
Wanted to give up before the pandemic happened, and my business boomed even more during the pandemic.
Yep.
And that's why it made me just keep going, because like people need me. People, I'm telling you,
I know that's right.
I am an essential worker. During the pandemic, I had got at least 2 or 3 people pregnant. If government wants more people, I'm here.
There we go.
I'm here.
Playhouse Boutiques.
Playhouse Boutiques is out here.
I think too that's that goes back into like just self-love.
Yes. Yes, self-love.
You have to, like I said, I have always been just unapologetically me. And that doesn't make me always right. That doesn't, sometimes I am too much. Sometimes I am too loud to be in this Walmart, but I don't give a damn. Like, it's one of those things where accountability.
Yes.
I can, 4 years from now, I can see your post, even if they never got any likes. I could still, I would look at that as, damn, she's still posting. Like,
right.
Okay, like,
that's
even
motivation.
that is the motivation for, okay, well, let me check it out, because she's fucking determined. Like,
she's
so
determined
let me
to
try to
these
do,
dicks.
let me see what I can do. Hell yeah. There's always going to be a rough patch. There's always going to be a time where you feel like you are not getting the appreciation, the accreditation that you want, the results that you want, but it's just a rough patch, because again, we ain't made it yet. We are we all on a journey to make it. So,
and we're still young.
And we're still very young. We got time. We got hella time. Okay.
Time.
So I like that. I patience, and persistence. Patience, persistence, and give me another P
Passion.
word. Passion. Ooh.
If you are not passionate about your business, let it go. Mm-hmm. There's been days where if you can go to sleep without making any money and wake up happy as hell still, that's your passion. If you go to sleep and you're miserable as hell on how you didn't make no money the day before, let it go. Let it go. Because if you have to go, you have to have a business to where if you don't make any money, it's still your passion.
That's still your baby.
That's still your baby. You gotta take care of your baby. But
you're sowing seed and experience. Every time you still did the work, you still got the experience.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. And you just seeds don't grow overnight.
They don't.
Seeds don't grow overnight. That's just ain't how it works. It takes some time. So hell yeah.
Just don't give up.
Don't. Unless it's not your passion. If it's not your passion, flip that shit. Find a way to find your passion. A lot of people, my problem starting out, like I said, was just getting in my own way. I want to do everything. And I'm going to keep it all the way honest. I couldn't give you an exact answer, specific answer on what my passion is. I know that my voice is my power and that I want to be able to reach people. My confidence is my passion. And that might sound weird to say, but just I'm the type of person that I have an energy that is strong enough to influence. No matter who it is, what it is, some people might say like, oh, well, you should be doing more with like the youth and da-da-da-da-da. But like, I want to bring people, I want everybody to feel as comfortable as I feel.
When's your birthday?
July 8th. I'm a Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Cancer moon. I'm a Scorpio sun.
On zodiac. Too. Yeah.
I'm a Cancer moon. I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Leo rising. Which all makes so much sense when I like read my chart and I really got to understand what that shit is. I'm like, damn.
I know I'm a Leo and I'm a Sagittarius, but all that extra.
Yeah.
I don't know all that.
Download the CoStar app, and The Pattern is a good one, but CoStar is the shit.
Mine is Nebula. Mine is.
I think I've heard of that one. Okay, Nebula. CoStar though, let me tell you, CoStar be calling me the fuck out. Like, I was on my CoStar the other day, and it was like, you need to get your shit together, and I was like, the fuck, and I'm reading through it, and I was like,
well, why?
I was like, get out my motherfucking business. It's like, get out of here. We got about 10 minutes left. I want y'all to plug all your social media, all of your business pages and everything.
Right quick, I just want to leave y'all with 2 things.
Yes.
I'll say 2 things that are important, just to drop 2 jewels right quick. Affirmations. Saying that you can or can't do something is the difference between whether you can or can't do it.
Say that.
Speaking stuff that you learn back to yourself and hearing yourself on repeat is one of the biggest things you could do. That's better than somebody else telling you that you can't, is you telling yourself that you can. The other thing is...
Hold on, before you move forward. So one of them affirmations that you need to start speaking to yourself that I learned that Mariah had written on her mirror when I went to Vegas, I am a human being, not a human doing. So I cannot be measured by all that I do, but by who I am and who I aim to be.
I like that.
So just human being, not human doing. Remember that. Second point.
Second point is learn your money. Learn finances. Like learn the rule of 72. Learn how to invest. Learn law of averages. You need to know financial terms. You know what I'm saying? You need to know supply and demand. You need to know how to do your own taxes, even if you pay somebody else to do your taxes. Mm-hmm. You need to know what the difference between a W-2 and a W-9 is. You need to know, you need to know the ins and outs of the finances.
Okay, shut up. Shut your ass up.
Be
talking to me. No.
It's so real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Hell yeah. Because
That's where
we
a lot
can
of people
only
lose isn't on making the money.
Mm-hmm.
One small example. If you make $3, all right, $1 is for you to put back to buy more goods.
Mm-hmm.
$1 is to pay yourself first because you just did some work. And the next dollar is for the future, for tomorrow, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Saving and
if you do that every time you get $3, then the odds of you turning around not having any money are going to be slim. Or
like
spending
that.
less than 10% of what you have.
Yeah.
You got $1,000, you shouldn't be spending over $100.
That's true.
I like that. And that's the same for like credit cards too, knowing which I'm kind of getting new to learning and just building my credit. Like you only supposed to use like 30% of your credit cards or less. And another trick that I learned is paying if you are paying off your credit card, paying 2 payments before your payment day, so that when it circulates to the credit company, it raises your score faster because it looks like you got multiple. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so plug your businesses. Where can they find you on the intranet, and where can they get in contact with you if they need some shit made?
Caprikurt Graphics is the name of my business. You can find me on social media under Kurt Dirt Einstein. KurtDirtEinstein.
I'm gonna put it in the comments too. Kurt Dirt DURT.
Yep.
DURT.
DIRT.
KurtDirt Einstein.
Yeah.
E before the I. Einstein. There's him. Boom. Okay, Ameisha.
So you guys can find me at Playhouse Boutiques on Instagram, the Playhouse Boutiques on Facebook, and Playhouse_B on Twitter.
Boom.
Before I'll go, Playhouse Boutiques is in the making of having an OnlyFans.
Woo!
So basically,
I'm in.
I will be having I haven't decided on who, but I will basically be having a couple demonstrating different toys on how to use them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so-
Oh, that'll be dope.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Listen, and also, let me just...
One more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. Another thing I'm about to be doing is having my own talk. It's not really a talk show, but basically just having women calling in about their sex stories. And of course, the voices will be disguised.
Nah, you ain't got to disguise my voice. I'm telling all my shit.
Because,
want in.
women, that's what we do. We love talking
about sex. Fuck
so,
yes.
Who doesn't want to hear about different people's sex stories?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good
coming.
idea. Another, just to wrap it all up, I've been saying my motto this whole year was like, run it up 2020. I want to get to every bag that I can get to. So I think it's dope that you taking your brand and you're branching that off into different little pieces. It's not just that you sell toys. I also got this vlog about talking about sex. I also got this OnlyFans where my toys are being, that's just dope.
Oh, and my website is playhouseboutique.shop. So PLAYBOUTIQUE.shop.
.shop. Check that out for sure. Angelica said, if any startup businesses need any financial consultation, hit me up. She has a bachelor's in math and economics. Make sure you hit up Angelica Cox for sure. Okay. That's lit. I like that. I definitely fuck with that. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming on. I appreciate this. Yeah, I'm happy to be back, y'all. It's probably gonna be like another 2 weeks before I record the next show because I gotta go to Dallas for this play, and I'll be there Thursday to Monday of next week. And then once I come back home, I'm gonna have to get my money together.
I'll be in Dallas on the 11th through the 14th. So
I'll be there the 19th through the 23rd.
Okay.
Is my times. Speaking of supporting Better Black Business, it's 150th episode. So if y'all want to, contribute anything to this pyramid, just let a nigga know. Thank y'all for watching Facebook Live. I like to end my show with could be worse. Count your blessings, every single one of them, because it could be worse. So I just typed in, I get all my little could be worses from, it's a website. Oops. It's a website called fmylife.com, and it's just like a bunch of like tweets of like fucked up shit that happened to people. So if ever you feeling like your life sucks, go to fmylife.com and see that other people's lives sucks worse. That shit. Okay, so I just typed in the word business, and this is the one that came up. Today, the girl my ex-husband cheated on me with and left me for called me and asked for money to bail him out of jail. She said that she was asking me because I have my own business and I'm financially stable. Fuck my life. Both of y'all can rot. Both of y'all motherfuckers can rot in there. That's so fucked up.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? Hey, I know I slept with your husband and he left y'all happy family for me. But this nigga locked up and we broke. Can you
both of y'all can go to hell.
Help me out a little bit? He better start sucking some dick. No.
Real quick.
Real quick. That is it, y'all. I am your host, Shy Sheree. You have been watching The Slay. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much to my two guests, Kurt and Ameisha, for coming on. Make sure that you go and look into Caprikurt Graphics and Playhouse Boutiques. Thank you so much for y'all support as always. Hit me up in them DMs. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. Let me know if you would like to be a guest on the show. It's very easy. I hit them up like 2 days. DMs. It goes down in my DMs. Except for you thirsty niggas. Except for you niggas. You know who you are. Don't come in. Quit, y'all. Quit, y'all, because Savage Shy is back. Don't come in them DMs on no funny shit. You're going to get posted on my page. I'm telling you. You'll go viral real quick. That man said, man, this nigga came in. He said, what's up? I said, how may I help you? I mean, because that's just how I'm answering DMs now. Right. Like, how can I help you? What's good? What you need? He said, you sound like a receptionist. He said, I don't need any help. I just like women. But if you got better things to do with your time, then don't respond. I said, what? If I have better things, nigga, you came in my DMs. I said, you niggas is bold. Bold. Stay y'all bold asses out of my DMs unless you're trying to get on the slay. And you probably don't want to come on here with that shit because you'll get blasted. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's your girl, Shy Sheree. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate y'all. Again, get in them DMs. Let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about. If you want to be a guest on the show, make sure you go check out Kurt and Ameisha. Support Better Black Business. Spread Better Black Love. That's it. Be black, be blessed, be beautiful. Bye.
Bye.